That is the most beautiful thing. God is the same yesterday and today and forever. That is something I need in my life, in the ups and downs of life in general. Whether you suffer from a mental disease or you've had good days and bad days, that because Jesus is just like this. Woo, that's a blessing.
Mandy Bowman here with the Marvel at Jesus podcast. Joining us this episode is comedian Chonda Pierce with how God consistently gives her something to hold on to. Plus details on her upcoming Life is Funny tour coming close by and her thoughts on decorating for Christmas before Thanksgiving. It's the Marvel at Jesus podcast with Life 90.5. Welcome to the Marvel at Jesus podcast from Life 90.5, where we talk with Christian music artists and more about the things that wow them about Jesus. Now, today we're not joined by an artist, but rather someone who's made you laugh quite a bit. It's comedian Chonda Pierce. Hey, Chonda.
Thank you, Mandy. And I think comedy is an art. I could be an artist if I try really hard.
I think so. I'd love to see you do a rap, actually. I'd be really curious.
Really? I really would. I was doing rap a long time ago when I was fussing at my kids and I can't remember their names. That's kind of sounds like a rap.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we'll be talking about what wows you about Jesus and your Life is Funny tour as well. But first, a few fun questions just to get to know you a little bit better.
Yay. Okay.
So if you could bring back a fashion trend, which one would it be?
Oh my good! I can tell you right now which one I wish I could let go of, and that would be Spanx for sure.
My gosh,
that woman was cruel. That woman was cruel. I think if I could bring back anything, it would be the Matic. Is it what do they call the long skirts?
The maxi skirts.
Maxi skirt. Yeah, okay. Because they got some skirts and shorts now that don't need to be out in public, and that sounded just like my grandmother. I'm telling you.
Right. That's about right. Yeah. So instead of finding a good, mid-length, just go the complete opposite extreme. And that's what we need to shoot for. Right.
But of course, if I came out with that now, I'd be looking like a moo-moo. I'd have to have a moo-moo.
Yes. Super comfort. I love it. Okay.
Yes.
Now, if you could have a superpower, just any superpower, flying, invisibility, whatever it is, which one would you choose?
Probably flying for sure.
Flying.
If I could teleport instead of get on an airplane or a bus.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
Just forget the flying and traveling thing altogether. Just straight to your destination.
Don't you wonder if we're going to be able to do that in heaven?
I kind of hope so.
Me too.
Because it's going to be a big place. I don't want to have to travel across half the place to get to my best friend's house,
I want to go zip over to Jerusalem for a little while, then zip over to, Napa Valley. There.
Oh, perfect. Yes, girl.
Jesus Jews. Yeah.
Right. All right, one more funny question for you. Is it okay to put up Christmas decorations before Thanksgiving?
No, those people are insane, and they all need a counselor.
What? No way! No! Oh,
Seriously.
Chonda.
Oh, come on. You're just rushing your life so much.
I'm just trying to enjoy more of Christmas. So do you go all out with like Thanksgiving and fall decorations and stuff in your home?
Pumpkins everywhere. It's just so wonderful. I think it's too short. I'm getting my pumpkins are out already, but they'll be out until and then after Thanksgiving, like the day after, I put them all away and start on Christmas. But until then, I look at people like y'all are absolutely crazy. Like when you go to the store now and they're selling Easter eggs and it's like a year away, or that's when I go in and go, what? Because it confuses me. I look at my calendar going, am I early or late? I don't know. Am I behind? Is it Christmas yet? Is it Thanksgiving?
Right.
It's so funny. You're going to buy an Easter basket and there's Halloween sitting out there. It's completely confusing.
All right. Well, then how do you feel about pumpkin spice lattes becoming available in August then?
That is completely ridiculous. One, if you pay that much money for a beverage, you need to be sponsoring at least 2 or 3 kids. With Feed the Hungry or somebody.
Yeah.
You need to be a little more accountable if you're spending that kind. This is the truth. I gave up Starbucks just so I could sponsor another child.
Oh, love that.
Oh, I'm not trying to be all righteous. I'm just trying to tell Starbucks they cost too much.
That's a fair point and a great godly way to show it. So I'm all about that.
Yeah.
All right. So Chonda, you've been walking with Jesus for a long time.
Longer than you've been alive.
Surely not. Surely
I
not.
didn't say the walk was perfect, but I did say I've been walking with Jesus.
You at least stumbling along with him anyways.
I stumbled with Jesus since I was a little girl, yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah. So what's the thing that just really wows you most about Jesus?
His consistency, probably. You know, that is the most beautiful thing. God is the same yesterday and today and forever. That is something I need in my life. One, you know, I suffer from clinical depression. I'm not depressed now. I'm highly medicated. But in the ups and downs of life in general, whether you suffer from a mental disease or you've had good days and bad days, that because Jesus is just like this. Woo, that's a blessing. Yep. When the political temperature goes up and down, or the strife of your home, you know, comes and goes, to know that Jesus is a steady rock, it is just a beautiful, beautiful thing.
I love that. And not to get too deep into politics, because I think you and I could talk for like ever on that. But with, you know, the government changing over, you know, every 4 years, and who knows what's going to happen. And oh my gosh, it ends up being kind of scary. And especially if you're watching the news all the time, there's zero consistency. It's just scary story after another. And
you really don't know who to believe.
Right.
You really
exactly.
don't. You know, my son and I, we don't argue, but he'll always fuss at me when I say something. Well, Mom, where'd you hear that? And then I fuss at him, well, where'd you hear that? And you don't know. You know, I believe my pastor. I think I can believe my pastor. You know, but you're exactly right. And part of that is staying busy in the Word. When you dive deep into the Word of God and you study everything you can think of and find about a man who gave his life for you, you start appreciating the steadfast love of Jesus. Yeah.
And I think the consistency of Christ is obviously so important, but it's being consistent in our Bible reading and prayer time and just investing our life into Him. I mean, that makes a huge difference, and we see His consistency even more in that way.
Right. Absolutely. You know, why wouldn't you? When you really understand the love of God, why wouldn't you want to get to know Him better?
Preach. Yes.
You know, you don't get married and the day after go, okay, well, we got married and maybe I'll see you around the house. You know, no, you continue to grow and want to know more about one another, and you learn more about one another and giggle and laugh. And that's my life with Jesus. Man, He is a father, a friend, a brother. He has been a husband since I lost my man. And that steadfast love, I just can't say enough for it. That'll make you marble.
Absolutely. All right. So since you kind of brought it up a second ago, how's God been making you laugh lately?
Oh, my son, for sure. You know, and he's always and I guess he's on my mind because his birthday's coming up. Shout out to Zach. He's 35. My baby would be 35. I'm so old. But he does make me laugh constantly. But the thing that makes me laugh last night, now this is not an endorsement, but I'm with a girlfriend at her house, and we're trying to find a movie to watch, and we saw a movie about deliverance, and it was so scary, but it's based on a true story. I like to watch movies based on a true story. It was so scary. It's like it was a horror movie, and but it was mild in that particular the language wasn't so great. But anyway, she's like, I am never going to a movie theater with you. And she looked over at me because I'm just shout Jesus, say the name Jesus, say it. Yeah. And then finally, a preacher comes in and does the exorcism deliverance, and I'm like, shout Jesus. Every time we would start getting scared, I would be yelling, shout Jesus, Jesus. And then I'm shouting Jesus because I don't want anybody to get out of the TV and into this house. You know,
oh my gosh.
And my girlfriend goes, I don't know if I just watched a scary movie or I've just been to a revival.
Oh gosh. Oh my word, that is hilarious.
I'm telling you, it was so scary, but it works. And I do, even when I'm home, first thing I get up, if I hear a noise in the night, I'm like, that better be Jesus. If it's not, I have a gun.
Right, exactly. No, that's so fun. My husband was out of town this past weekend, and so I'm home alone. Anytime you hear a little creak, you're just like, I hope that was the cat, you know?
Yeah.
But then you're like, okay, Lord, take care of me. That's so great.
Coming, because if it's anybody else, I'm gonna shoot them.
Right, exactly. Yes, girl. Oh, I love you so much. Okay, now let's keep going. Your Life is Funny tour is kicking off soon, and you'll be in Bolivia, just barely outside of Wilmington. Yes, so excited. So, what can folks expect at this show?
Probably a little bit of this.
Okay.
We can just talk about whatever comes up. I've been doing this for 32 years, and so mapping out a script, just doesn't happen anymore. It's usually the fly by the seat of my pants. I mean, I've got some new stuff that I can't wait to tell that I think is going to be funny, but I haven't talked to anybody all summer, so we'll see. I take the summers off and the winters off, and it is just, it is such a blessing to get to do that financially, but the good part of it is you get so hungry to have someone to talk to. Mm-hmm. So the shows just become so treasured, and no show is alike. Mm-hmm. I have my sweet little Karen Williams, who's been with me for years. She's phenomenal. She's got a new song right now I can't wait for everybody to hear. But it's vintage Chonda. It always is. We start with hilarity and fun, but by the end of the night, we get to talk about exactly what's going on in our lives with Jesus. And I think it's worth your time. Yeah.
I think so too. Yeah, we're very excited about that show. And will we be able to purchase like your books and stuff? I know you have the Life is Funny Until It's Not book available now. And
yes, you will. Thank you for saying that. And you can get it on Amazon even now or in your bookstore. But we'll have all that stuff there. It's kind of fun to watch people see what they care about. I've been doing this a long, long time, and I wrote a really hard book. I didn't hold anything back. I told the good and the bad and the ugly of my life, and most of my fans know all about the ugly already. But I didn't want to tell a story and leave out a detail or two that would keep my audience confused. And I do think about retiring, and I do want to get it all said and done. And this concert is about that. It's how do you get to the place in your life where you know that you've had it all said and done, and now we wait on Jesus. Not that I'm going to jump somewhere because, I'm on meds. People will call the doctor. Right. But because I am ready. And to live your life so ready that you have had everything said to your loved ones. You've said everything about the tough stuff and the good stuff. You've used your witness and your pain to the nth degree. And now we wait on Jesus. And what does waiting on Jesus look like? It looks like just getting ready for the party.
Amen. Love that idea. That's fabulous. So the Life is Funny Until It's Not book available anywhere now, and you can just pick up your copy at the show in Bolivia on September 13th. We are so excited. Yes. And thank you, Chonda, so much for your time. We're looking forward to hanging out with you in just a little while.
Thank you, Mandy. You're a sweetheart.